right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the first Shift Points live stream that I've ever done. Hopefully our internet's good enough here at my house. We are about to start continuing the disassembly of my 390 FE Ford that's in my 64 Ford Galaxy. So I started on this yesterday. We'll jump in here and show you guys real quick. So this motor is the original that was in this car from 64 as far as we know. And you can see it's not really super surprising. I think I lost you guys there for a minute. This style water pump here gives us the provisions that we need, the boxes that we need, so that we put our bracket here so we could swap this thing to an alternator. So those are kind of just a handful of things we've done here. Like I said, the engine is completely 1964. This cast, and this type engine was very, very, very tired. The clutch in this car was worn out. The stock clutch in this car. So it was time to get this thing going. It's November. It's in Western North Carolina. It's here at the snow, and anytime there's snow that starts in this area, they immediately start salting the roads, and it's no good. You don't want that in this car. It's too nice of a car to have it out in the salt and stuff like that. So it was a good time to go ahead and start tearing this engine down and get ready to either decide if we're going to like dingleberry hone it, do it ourselves, put new rings in it, or it may need machine work. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I went back and forth like so many times on this engine. Part of me just wants to pull it, get rid of it, and put like a big block Chevy in it, like a 454 big block in it or something like that. Because at the end of the day, we're kind of Chevy guys, and that's kind of what we would prefer to do. But I decided against that right now. We'll just fix this up. We'll freshen this motor up. We'll just use it for how it is for right now. So yesterday, I got everything off. Distributor pulled out like a surge tank and checked it out. I hadn't told them that I was working on this. With an FE, if you guys don't know this, you have to pull the valve covers off to get to the intake. So we'll pull our, I want to say like 70 or 80 pounds, really, really heavy Brock aluminum intake together. But anyway, kind of our plan would be kind of an interesting little live stream to kind of go through that. I think equipment here that I would normally have, so we're going to get creative with our camera placement here. And what I'm doing off, I'm going to go ahead and just set. Let's see if I am going to go ahead here real quick, pull the car forward, so hopefully we can get a little bit better internet connection out here. All right, hopefully that'll get us a little better here. How's it going, everybody? Got a few people coming in here now. Just working on an old 390, very tired 390 Ford. How are you guys this morning? So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and pull this water pump out. Let's see if I can prop you guys up here and get ready to pull it out. A couple 9/16 bolts. So if you guys have know that this is not where we at my house. really small Craftsman tool set. Normal kind of everything that we need at his house. So these things do have sealant on them, so they're gonna spread, I imagine. Let me go grab a wrench or a screwdriver real quick. We'll go ahead and get our bypass hose disconnected here. He gave me my intake cover so that I don't have to use just a rag to keep it covered up. I know this thing's kind of hard, but I don't want to drop anything down in there. Knew that was gonna happen. Some more antifreeze. Alright, we got our bucket in place there, so we got our water pump off now. The other thing we probably can do, I won't do today, just because I don't have a puller down here, is pull our balancer off. That's a new balancer we put on this engine also. And we'll go ahead and get our fuel pump off. This is also a new Carter fuel pump that we put on this thing. To kind of talk about a reason that we're taking this engine out altogether is this thing's burning / leaking roughly a quart every 100 miles. So that's no good. It's definitely not good for us. Doesn't let me drive it very far, very much. Last time we drove it, we took it up on the parkway, and this was before all the hurricane stuff happened. So all that went on. So we put this on. We drove it there, and like I said, it's about 100 miles. It's using a quart, whether it's a leak or whether it's burning it or anything. So that's the big reason why this thing's coming out of here, because it's very tired. If you guys haven't followed the channel, you will know that this car sat for about 15 years, and even before then, short tripped, so it didn't actually go very far, and so it just kind of took its toll on this motor, to be honest. And my uncle was a frugal man and probably didn't use the highest quality oil and stuff like that anyway, even whenever he was changing it regularly. So anyway, that's kind of the history on the motor of this thing. I think now we'll go ahead and pull the valve covers off. It'll be really interesting to see in there because I have not ever had the valve covers off this engine. All right. Oh, dang. The valve cover bolts were just like flopping loose. Dang, okay. Interesting. So let me show you guys that. So we come in here to this one. You can see how little pressure was on these. No wonder this thing had a leak. These valve covers were just flopping loose. Set you guys back down here and get these pulled off. See, maybe I can set you over here so you can see a little better. Best I can tell from when we were driving it, you could kind of tell that the smoke that would come out of it. We put dual exhaust on this. You could kind of tell that the smoke that come out of this was pretty heavily on this right-hand bank, on the driver's side bank, so, or passenger side bank, I mean. So I'm very curious to see what it's going to look like here in the valve train. Out of here. Stuck a little tighter than I expected. Get all the bolts out. Don't want to bend our valve covers or anything here. Man. Stuck. Can't say I'm surprised by this. Again, 60 years of see what I can find here. little bit of a rubber mallet here. There we go. There we go. All right. Let me wipe my hands off. We'll check this out. So for those that don't know, push rods here on these FE engines, they go through the intake. So you see this overlap here. Here's the cylinder head. Here's the intake. This section, valve cover covers both. And you can see, well, it's really not like terrible in here. These are definitely, I mean, it's definitely been here for 60 years. Like, I don't see any big chunks of anything or anything like that. So that's a positive. It definitely, it was definitely time, but not as bad. I was expecting to kind of see something in here, I think. Even though this engine run super smoothly and worked really well, other than the tremendous amount of smoke. Yeah, 6-year-old valve train. So now, I think all we need to do to get this side apart, we've got our, oh man, what a pain. You have to take all this apart, the whole valve train apart just to take the intake off. I knew that getting into this, but it's still just one of those things. Let's go ahead and pull the other valve cover off, see what's going on over here. Like I told you guys, this is kind of a last second thing. I decided to do this live stream, so I don't have all the and like I said, here in my garage, of course, the one that's the hardest to get to, we'll hang on till the very, very end. Here comes my wife and kid. You want to be on the live stream? Yeah. Hi, bud. I don't need to ride the green tractor right now. Let's do this. Let me get this valve cover off, okay? Huh? What?
The hole.
Yeah, there's holes there, yeah.
The hole is in the blue car.
Yeah. What was that? Man, these valve covers aren't on there. Man. I don't want to hurt these things, but man, oh man. Are they on there? Whew. That's nice. When you lose the head of your mount. High quality stuff. Hey. Goodness gracious. Do not hurt these things. You guys are watching me ride the struggle bus this morning. Is putty enough? Give us a little. We just get under the gasket. Man. Goodness. Alright, I'm gonna have to get a little more creative with this. I think we'll call it good for right now. I know that probably wasn't the most exciting first live stream, but gotta start somewhere. So, may go back live a little later on today if we get this thing a little further along. But I'm gonna have to work and get this valve cover off because it is very, very stuck. But maybe when we start pulling the valve tree and stuff out, we'll do it again here in a little while. Thanks for everybody that's watched. See you next time.